Good afternoon, everyone. I am honored to be part of this lineup. A friend of mine bumped into me earlier, and she's like, "Oh, you're one of the speakers," and she was as shocked as I was. So it's like, I don't know what I'm doing here, really. But it's been a real pleasure to watch everybody go up so far, and I hope to keep it going a little bit longer until the next speaker. Um, I do a stand-up comedy show called Older, Angrier, Hairier, and this is sort of an excerpt from that show. And Dr. Patnaik said that everything is passing, including fleeting. It goes past, it's passing, including anger. But I feel like I'm always angry. I wake up in the morning mildly annoyed. I spend the rest of the day between that and the other end of the spectrum, which is a blind, sweating rage. And anything can set me off. Anything. I'll tell you a really stupid thing that pisses me off and probably won't upset any of you guys, but just to share. How many of you on Facebook, by the way? Okay, and everyone's on Facebook, right, pretty much? You're not, that's great. And you're smart, by the way, a smart woman, because Facebook pisses me off. I'm addicted to it, but it pisses me off. And I'll tell you what pisses me off. Married couples who live together in the same home, but just insist on sharing their love for each other on Facebook. You don't have friends like this, do you?
I have my boyfriend, but
My,
no, but next to me, he's sleeping and I'm chatting with 10 others.
that's all right. That's fair. That's fair.
That's good.
That I don't mind watching. Married people, nobody cares about you guys. We don't care if you're happy, if you love your wife, and nobody gives a shit. If you love someone else, put that on Facebook. That I would like to read.
Wow, yes, that's a news.
That would be news. Let's see what else. I'll tell you what else upsets me, okay, what pisses me off. Traditional ways of thinking, okay, so here's an example. The fact that men prefer to mate with younger women. It's the way it is. It's endorsed, encouraged by society. Let's be honest. When parents go off to arrange a marriage for their 30-year-old prince, they're not looking for a 40-year-old woman. How old is she? Oh, she's 36. How old is she? Oh, she's 22. Oh. And it's not just in India. It's everywhere in the world. I've met men whose second wives are younger than the children from the first marriage. I have, yeah. And there's a scientific explanation for it. Young women rampantly produce babies, and old guys pay for shit. But every now and then you hear a different explanation for this. It makes a lot of sense for men to marry much younger women because women mature really quickly. So if you marry a woman much younger than you, the maturity levels are just... I buy this maturity levels balancing out BS up to a point. But when you're 55 and your blushing bride is 6 months shy of her 21st birthday, then she may be very mature, but you, sir, are mentally retarded. Well, we don't really think it's retarded, do we? We think it's normal. What we don't think is normal is when we see a much older woman with a much younger boyfriend. We don't think that's normal then.
He's 22, but he only lied to me. He said he's 29.
What did you tell him about your age is what I'm more interested in.
35. No, I'm being honest.
But it's rare. It's rare. It's rare to see a much older woman with a much younger man. It just is. I mean, when I see a much older woman, and you're still not much older to be honest, you're still sort of in the ballpark with this guy, but I'm saying much older woman, much younger guy, I assume it's her son. I don't automatically, no offense here, but I don't automatically assume they're sexually involved because my mind's not trained to think like that. My mind is trained to look at them like two animals from two completely different species that shouldn't even be together, right? Like a camel and a pigeon. I don't think the camel-pigeon pairing is going to go anywhere because, for one thing, it goes against the biological nature of life. And for another thing, if they wanted to have anal sex, who's going to be on top?
It's so anal about it. Wow.
How would it fit? yeah. We do think it's strange and see much. But anyway, the point is, the fact that men like younger women, that doesn't make me angry. It's a little annoying to watch from time to time. What makes me angry is the fallout of this way of thinking, the fallout of this way of living, and the fallout is that women are under a lot of pressure to be young. So we're not under pressure to be smarter or more ambitious or funnier even. We're just under a lot of pressure to be young, okay? Or at least to pretend that we are young. I'm not young anymore. I turned 40 last year. And I would say that the main reason I was happy to turn 40 was that today, if anyone comes to me and tells me that 40 is the new 30, I get to tell that person to go fuck themselves. 40 is the new 30. Are you kidding me? You know, that is some made-up shit that somebody made up to make us feel better about something we shouldn't be feeling bad about in the first place. And what does it even mean? I mean, I know what they're trying to say. What they're trying to say is that the old days, a 40-year-old had back fat and wore mom jeans and given up on having any fun. But today, 40-year-olds are so different. We're so different. Just, you know, the only thing that's different is that when I turned 40, I couldn't just go, ugh, I can let it hang out. Wear my fucking mom jeans in peace. I can't do any of that because you guys have given me 10 more years to hold it together, to stay tight, to stay young. And who is the representation of this new 40? I'll tell you, Jennifer Lopez. Yeah. She's 43 or 44, so she's the new 33, right? And what does she look like? Beautiful unlined skin, long, silky, non-gray hair, abs of steel, an ass that just... I have no words. And legs without any cellulite on them, by the way. And the woman has kids. She has twins. She has an amazing career. She has a banging body. And this is what I have 10 more years to aspire to. And you all know how Jennifer Lopez lost the baby weight, yeah? Because you saw pictures of her before she dropped those twins. Mama had been eating. She said so in all her interviews that she ate right through her pregnancy, and I was like, I believe you. I think she ate everything on her block. Then she ate everything on everybody else's block. And then she ate Mark Anthony, because where the fuck is he? And then she lost the baby weight the way everybody else is doing it these days, which is by breastfeeding. Because apparently now your kids can suck the fat out of your ass via your tits. You know, the only way you can look like Jennifer Lopez is if you exercise every single day, no breaks allowed, you never make eye contact with a carbohydrate, and you have no fun at all. None. You can't stay up late, you can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't sunbathe, you can't do anything, all right? And for any of you who thought you could jump out of your chair, go running off home, I'm going to start the JLo lifestyle tomorrow, just you wait and see. Not going to happen for you, madam. Because you should have been doing that shit since you were 5. For the rest of us, there is Spanx and push-up bras and tinted moisturizer and hair dye and makeup for the backs of our legs to cover up those varicose veins, because quite frankly, madam, nobody needs you offending them with your age. Age is now offensive. Which is why some of us lie about it. Women are constantly lying about their age. The only girls who tell you the truth about how old they are women under 30. Those bitches can't wait to tell you their age, man. How old are you? I'm 30. But the moment we pass 30, then something happens to us. How old are you?
Well, I'm born in 1978 and at the end of May, and we're at the end of April now, so technically...
Shut the fuck up. 2 digits you have to keep track of. You telling me you can't keep track of 2 fucking digits? Or my other favorite, how old are you? How old do you think I am? So now the person who's asked this damn question has to give you a number that hopefully you'll be happy with, which as we know is any number under 30. You're 29. No, but you're close. Guess again. I give up. I'm 34. And at this point, the person has now got to say,
but you don't look it. And we have to say this shit now to anybody we ask them their age. How old are you? I'm 82. Oh, but you don't look it. How old are you? I'm 42. Ah, but you don't look it. How old are you? I'm 2 years old. Oh, but you don't look it. And we have to say this shit because now looking our age has become the insult. We have taken a completely normal stage of life and we have converted it into an affront. I don't know if 40 is the new 30, but I'll tell you what I do know. Old is the new fat. So 40 is the new 30. So 50 is the new 40. So 60 is the new 50. So 70 is the new 60. 80 is the new 70. So dead is now the new alive. After I die, is someone going to stuff me and keep me around for 10 more years? Oh, she doesn't look dead at all. Such firm skin. And speaking of firm skin, we will do anything for younger looking skin. The cosmetic surgery industry is worth $50 billion a year, and women are 90% of its loyal, faithful fan following. We girls are spending billions of dollars every year to look like this. Yeah, like this with tennis ball tits. I'm making fun of these women, which is completely hypocritical of me because the only reason I don't look like this is because I don't have the guts and I'm too cheap. But, you know, I still like to contribute to this mess, and the way I like to do it is by buying products with names like Skinny Girl, no cellulite, no matter what the fuck you eat cream. Here's a donut, here's a cupcake, squash them together, shove them down your throat, you greedy cow, and then take the anti-cellulite cream and start rubbing it, rub. In the thiols, it'll all go away, It'll all disappear. Or my other favorite, which is no dark circles, no matter how much you smoke, drink, and stay up late serum. Here's the serum. Just take a little drop on your ring finger, dab it on the soft skin under your eye, like that. Every single night now, every single night. Don't get into bed without it. It's going to cost you $500. It is made out of crushed diamonds and baby bones. Enjoy. Obviously, none of this shit works, yeah? None of it. And so every couple of months, I find myself standing in front of my mirror doing this. And I just, like to look at what I would have looked like if I'd never smiled or frowned. And after a few moments of admiring my smooth, unlined, egg-like visage, I lower my face to its original level and I move on with my day. But the other day, as I was standing there, I thought to myself, I wonder what I would look like with a tummy tuck. So I picked up my tummy and I pulled it up and I pulled it to the sides, yeah? And along with my stomach, I managed to lift about 2.5 pounds of my vagina. I gave myself a vagina lift, you guys. And it looked great. It looked amazing. It was high and tight, and I had lifted my vagina by about 25 years, if not more. Yeah. And as I was gazing at my vagina, it occurred to me that it reminded me of something else, of something very familiar. And I'm like, what does my vagina look like? Does it look like? And then I got it. My vagina looks like my face. It does though. Look at any woman, all right? Round, plump face, round, plump vagina. Long, bony face, long, bony, grouchy-looking vagina. My vagina looks like it is in a constant bad mood about something. Why are you late? Why is your mother still here? Don't come near me, I have a headache. Yeah, looking at my vagina made me understand where the term sour puss comes from. But anyway, the point is, My vagina looks like my face. And like my face, my vagina is also sagging. Yeah? And of course, they have a procedure to correct this problem. They do. It's called a vaginoplasty. Surgeon goes in, his needle and his thread and his scissors and his whatever else equipment, and he cuts some stuff off and he tucks things back in and he stitches it all up and he makes it nice and new again. Yeah. And I can see some pained expressions in the audience, but they have to have this kind of procedure, ladies. They have got to have it, because you cannot have a bunch of chicks running around town, hello, I'm 22, and then I take my pants off and voila, basset hound labia. Not a cute look. Yeah. But obviously, the idea of surgery was blowing my mind. And so you can imagine my joy when I found out that a pharmaceutical company right here in India had devised a cream, a non-invasive cream that I could take and slather on my punani and would make it all nice and new again. And the name of this cream, and I'm not making this shit up, it was called, or is called, 18 Again. It's called 18 Again. 18 Again. Designed especially for a middle-aged woman to enjoy the vagina of her youth. Yeah. And I was thrilled, by the way. I was thrilled to pieces that they had devised this kind of thing, because now finally my husband can just come home and fuck me instead of first having to pick my vagina off the floor before fucking me. Yeah, I think I'll end it on that note. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening very much. Before I go, I was asked to just say a few words about my illustrious comedy career.
Please, go ahead.
And I guess the only thing I really wanted to say was, as a woman, I think one of the things, and I've lived in 2 countries extensively now. I lived in India for a really long time. I've lived in New York, in the United States for a really long time, in New York. And it's the same everywhere. It's not really that different. Women have to be liked. We're told how to dress, how to behave, what to do, what habits are good for us, what habits are bad for us, how loudly to speak, what a feminine voice sounds like. We're told all of these things, yeah? And it's also that we can be more likable. Women have to be very, very likable. And I think for me, I've been doing comedy now for about, 12 years, 10 or 12 years. And for me, the thing that I learned in comedy was how not to care about being liked. How it's okay if people don't like me, if they don't like my jokes, if they don't like me, if they think I'm whatever they think. Because when you're up here, you can't really put any expectation on the audience. You just have to let them go with the flow. You may be their cup of tea, you may not. Some of the things you say may make one group of people roar with laughter, another group of people feel uncomfortable, and then a third group of people just don't find it funny. And you got to be cool with all of those 3 things, because otherwise you can't do comedy. And that is the only thing that I learned, I think, as a woman. It impacted my life as a woman, was that it's okay if someone doesn't like something about you. Thank you very much.